That's just like that one dude talking about he still tastes Diddy in his mouth. What?
Guys, this is nuts. Sean Diddy Combs was still filming himself a week before he got arrested, months after the feds had already raided and taken all his tapes. And somehow that footage got to 50 Cent, who's now put it in his Netflix documentary.
So you have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did it.
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
It has videos, it has footage, it has interviews from his friends, people in the industry, the co-founder of Bad Boy with him. I actually didn't know that Bad Boy was co-founded by him and his friend. He gave his friend 25% and Puff gave his mother 75%.
So you have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did it.
You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that all of the stuff that he's doing. I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s and Keefe D said they paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
It's a little, like, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries. They went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of a peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave a certain way, according to them. And look, if I didn't have an award-winning director doing it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I wouldn't understand why they would question or doubt anything.
The person pushing this entire project forward is Curtis Clyde's 50 Cent Jackson, a man who has publicly joked about Diddy for over 2 decades. As soon as his name was attached, the internet went into meltdown mode. Everybody started asking the same question: is this a genuine attempt at justice, or is this a long-awaited moment of revenge? And once the trailer dropped, it became obvious this wasn't some sloppy, thrown-together documentary meant for quick clicks. It had real weight behind it. Director Alexandria Stapleton revealed they legally secured hours of private recordings that captured Diddy during the 6 tense days leading up to his arrest. You hear him on the phone with his lawyer, his voice tight and stressed. You hear him speaking to his son, trying to hold himself together as everything spirals around him.
A new Netflix docuseries about Sean Diddy Combs is making headlines for its never-before-seen footage of the music mogul in the days before his arrest. Now, Combs is threatening legal action against the streamer for airing the unauthorized footage. Behind the series is Combs' longtime rap rival 50 Cent and director Alexandria Stapleton, who sat down with NBC News' Chloe Malas ahead of tonight's release.
Tonight, Netflix releasing never-before-seen video of Sean Diddy Combs filmed just days before his arrest on charges of sex trafficking and racketeering in 2024. The footage is part of a 4-part docuseries, Sean Combs: The Reckoning, premiering Tuesday. Behind the explosive documentary is Combs' longtime rival, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, and director Alexandria Stapleton.
How did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figure most journalists would not disclose their sources.
The recordings give viewers an intimate look at Combs' mindset ahead of his criminal trial, even conversations with his legal team.
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day.
Perhaps
What was he intending to use it for?
I have no idea what he used that for.
I mean, you know, you're talking about a man who films himself doing everything and has for decades. I think he wanted someone to be behind the scenes with him.
Combs' team firing back in a statement to NBC News today, saying the Netflix so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece and that they relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. His team sending a cease and desist to Netflix. Netflix referring NBC News to a statement from Stapleton in which she said they lawfully obtained the footage. After a nearly 8-week trial, Combs was acquitted of the more serious charges of and racketeering and sentenced to 50 months in federal prison for 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs' team going on to slam Netflix for partnering with 50 Cent, who they say has been his longtime public adversary, something the Grammy winner denied, citing his own casting choices in his popular Stars franchise, Power.
One could watch this and think that you really hate Sean Combs.
Why would they be thinking that?
Because of the things that you post on Instagram,
Yeah,
because
but this,
of the...
Look at this. And let's stop for a second and do say that I hated him enough to hire his kids. And we've never done anything to each other. So it's just competitive energy and things that you say about other artists while you're in hip-hop culture.
This documentary is one of several that has chronicled Combs' rise and fall, but Stapleton says theirs is different.
There's a lot of new information. No one had ever really put it together like that before.
For 50 Cent, he says he feels a sense of obligation.
Well, you know, if I didn't say anything, you could assume that all of hip-hop culture is comfortable with his actions.
And Chloe Malas joins us now in studio. Chloe, you've seen the whole documentary. What else can you tell us about it?
So there's a lot more of this never-before-seen footage, Tom, of Combs having really private conversations with his legal team, and you really got a sense of his mindset ahead of his criminal trial, which is really fascinating for me because he never did any sit-down interviews ahead of the trial. So you finally get to see what his strategy was and how worried he was. But clearly, perhaps he didn't think that he was going to go to prison because he's filming this documentary. You're also going to hear from Aubrey O'Day. She was in the girl band Danity Kane as part of making the band. She has an explosive allegation against Combs. And then there's quite a bit that focuses on the Biggie and Tupac, and people from Combs' inner circle raising a lot of questions. People are going to also have a lot to say about that.
You see a man who looks genuinely terrified, a man watching the world close in while realizing there's nowhere left to run. For Diddy, none of this felt like entertainment at all. It felt like pure humiliation, the kind that cuts deep and lingers. These were private moments he never imagined the world would hear. Moments that were supposed to stay locked away forever. Netflix keeps stressing that everything was obtained legally and that 50 Cent didn't sit in the creative chair. But to Diddy, none of that matters. What matters to him is simple. The second this documentary dropped, he lost control of his own story. And that is a nightmare for someone who spent decades shaping his image. Now the world is hearing things he never planned to share. And insiders say he is furious in a way people around him haven't seen before. He truly believes this documentary could shift how history remembers him, and that fear is hitting him hard. Diddy and 50 Cent have always had tension, but this situation has turned their long-running feud into something way bigger and way sharper. This isn't just playful media jabs or harmless memes anymore. This is about legacy, freedom, reputation, and how the world judges him from this point on. Sources claim that the moment the trailer dropped, Diddy reacted instantly and intensely because he feels 50 Cent crossed a line that can never be erased. From his prison cell, he has reportedly told people that 50 Cent has damaged his life, damaged his family's image, and pushed a narrative he believes is deeply unfair. And what hurts him even more is the fact that he cannot defend himself in real time. He can't hop online and speak directly to the public. He can't drop an interview to counter the story. He can't sit down and explain his version of what happened. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is out here talking, posting, teasing, and making it clear he has nothing to hide and nothing to apologize for. When 50 Cent sat down with ABC News, he made it clear that this wasn't about old jokes or long-running tension. He said he spoke up because staying silent would make it look like hip-hop is okay with the behavior Diddy is being accused of. He said this documentary wasn't about revenge, it was necessary, and he wasn't going to pretend otherwise. Inside the music industry, a lot of people quietly disagree with him, but they don't say a word in public. 50 Cent is not one of those people. He's saying the things others whisper about behind closed doors, and he's doing it without hesitation. Diddy's spokesperson fired back fast, calling 50 Cent's explanation complete nonsense. They insist this is nothing but a personal grudge, a long-running vendetta dressed up as righteousness. They argue that Netflix is being reckless by allowing someone who has been publicly mocking Diddy for decades to be connected to a project centered around his downfall. These statements show one thing.
People trying to downplay that whole man act and all like this. And let me just break something down to people that they don't know, because they sit up there and talk about, well, they only got him for prostitution in the Mann Act, but they got certain sectors in that Mann Act that has something to do with violence and beating people in the whole 9 yards. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. That's a segment in the Mann Act. And he had shown the participation of beating girls and being violent towards them, stuff like that. And it ain't only just the prostitution part of it. You understand? When the judge look at the whole scope of the thing, he knows the sectors in the Mann Act. You understand? But if that was you and I, check it out. If we got caught with guns in our house, you understand? Somebody's gonna have to take those gun charges. And if the feds don't take up the gun charge, where do they go to, sir? Do you know where they go to? The state automatically picks it up. The state didn't pick up the gun charges. If the feds do not charge you with the gun, it goes to the feds first. Because first of all, the serial numbers and everything was scratched off of them. The state should have picked that up and charged him, and they didn't. Why? If it was you and I, anybody looked like you, got your last name and rode on a boat with you, they would have got charged with those guns. And those guns would have held them up to either 5 or 10 years flat in the prison system.
This clash has grown far beyond two celebrities exchanging comments online. It has become a full narrative war. Diddy believes he's being unfairly targeted, while 50 Cent believes he's holding someone accountable when no one else will step up. And now the world is watching two powerful personalities crash into each other with no sign of either one backing off. Even though the documentary mainly focuses on Diddy's final days before getting arrested, it doesn't avoid going into the history that has surrounded him for years. These allegations are not fresh rumors. They've surfaced over and over again in lawsuits, interviews, industry whispers, and stories that kept leaking out over the years. A big portion of the claims point to the culture and atmosphere surrounding Diddy's events. These gatherings have always been described as exclusive, tightly controlled, and hidden from the public eye in a way that made them feel mysterious and off limits. Several celebrities have said they witnessed things that made them uneasy.
Like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them, yep. And they set them on the table. So you're telling me at the freak off parties, mm-hmm. They put children on the table instead of gift bags, mm-hmm. And then people can do what?
Take you off the table and even though it's against the rules to do certain things like X or Full House. That's against the rules. Like for me, that was against the rules, but that didn't matter. That did not matter.
So they come choose you off the table, do whatever they want with you, and then what happens?
Then they put you back on the table.
They put you back on the table for somebody else to come choose you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's called a party favor effect. That's just one of the little things that go on at the freak off parties with children. Were there animals there?
Mm-hmm. Goats.
Did they turn the animals loose on the kids?
Yeah.
And if you got sick and threw up because it was so disgusting, what happened?
You had to eat it.
You had to eat your vomit if you threw up. That's satanic ritual abuse. Diddy was at this party?
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington was at this party?
Yep.
Birdman was at this party?
Yes, he was.
And Young Jock?
Yep.
And you're telling me Denzel was there and it was after 1 o'clock when he supposedly left?
And beanie, socks, and a gold chain.
So you're telling me Denzel Washington was buttoned? He had a beanie on, socks on, and a gold chain, and that's it. in front of children. Funny, because he sure portrays himself to be holier than thou.
Well, so a lot of them do.
I think you also told me that one of those men have a birthmark.
Left thigh.
One of those men have a birthmark on their left thigh.
Yep.
Did you have actions with Diddy? Denzel? And I know we don't tell on Denzel. You might not tell on Denzel, but your mama gonna tell on everybody. I ain't keeping no pedophile. Denzel?
Yep.
Birdman? Did Birdman promise you things?
So much. Like what he promised Lil Wayne at a young age. Because you know we shared the system together. Share a birthday together too.
I know a lot of you have seen P. Diddy get guardianship of a lot of young kids. That means he holds their contracts. I know you heard me talk about Ali's contract and how often it gets auctioned off, and the things that come from that when it's auctioned. So when you're seeing that he was a guardian for these children, he's holding their MK Ultra contracts is what that translates to. Were you the only child at this party?
No. Not at all. There's so many kids at this party.
Were there also so many celebrities?
Yep. That whole they leave at a certain time is not true.
Others have said they were offered situations they had no.
I didn't do nothing Puffy did. Yeah, no, it was just so excitement. There's so much excitement that there was no reason for me to put something in our drink.
Oh my goodness.
I need you to remember. I need you to remember this. Huh?
The foundation.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I told you I jump around.
Oh, it was
What does it feel like all these years, you being the only one calling this out?
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long
They
time.
said you're a hater. They said
You're a
you're
hater.
crazy.
You do this. Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting. There's all this shit that's coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying
It
is,
might come from
you see it now. All of these complaints. People were damned. They were raped and pillaged. This is what was going on. Right? And what do I do?
That allegedly came with being attached to someone that powerful. And one of the most talked about sections of the entire series is the part where the director goes back over old industry rumors. The doc touches on claims mentioned by Ray J, by former Bad Boy Records partners, and even by rivals who insisted Diddy's parties were never simply celebrations. They were tools, ways for him to maintain influence and decide who stayed close and who didn't. The documentary also includes voices discussing how the environment around Diddy allegedly protected him for years. People say they were scared to speak because they didn't want their careers ruined or their opportunities cut off. The pressure to stay quiet was heavy and the stakes were real.
Guys, this is nuts. Sean Diddy Combs was still filming himself a week before he got arrested, months after the feds had already raided and taken all his tapes. And somehow that footage got to 50 Cent, who's now put it in his Netflix documentary. Needless to say, Sean Diddy Combs' lawyers are not too happy. Well, we got the clips, and you're gonna wanna watch them before they might get pulled elsewhere. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and look, I'm sharing what YouTube has already out. The news is all over it. Good Morning America. I don't know if this footage was legally obtained. I'm not sure. I'm going to give you my speculation as well as my shock that somehow all this footage Sean Diddy Combs was filming before he got arrested after the raids got into the hands of 50 Cent, one of his like arch nemesis. And now 50 has put the footage in his Netflix documentary. The mogul spokesman, Diddy spokesman, says they're deeply concerned that video shot days before the arrest is in this new documentary produced by his rival. How did 50 get it?
Many insiders explain that the industry was built in a way where one wrong move or being labeled as someone who talks too much could shut down your whole future. And according to them, that fear was a major reason so many stories stayed behind the scenes for so long. Opportunities in Diddy's world could be handed out or snatched away with just one decision from him, and that's why this section of the documentary hits so hard. It shows exactly why 50 Cent believes accountability is long overdue, and it also explains why Diddy feels this entire docuseries is a direct attack meant to tear down the reputation he spent decades building. For years, Diddy was seen as one of the most influential figures in hip-hop.
I want to get a lawyer on it to confirm it, but I gotta be honest, I'm kind of shocked. You'd think, well, this should all be included, should it not?
Listen to me, I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am gonna let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said, let's just, here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
The footage is...
Like, the way he's bossing around these high-powered lawyers is so revealing.
Part of a new, highly anticipated docuseries by director Alex Stapleton and rapper and executive producer...
Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Oh, he's loving this.
Jackson, titled Sean Combs, The Reckoning. Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching?
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
We knew that was coming, by the way, because we learned that throughout as he was using his own kids to post birthday messages and etc. Like, this guy wants to control everything.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans.
He's like, oh yeah, look at all these. This was yeah, what's up? Let me shake your hands. Yeah, let me take this. He thrives in this. He's like, yeah, and people recognize him. He's, what up? Like, barely anybody there. He's like, yeah, everybody's here looking at me. He's like the quarterback that can never graduate. It feels like to me.
I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath.
I've been in the streets amongst people. I gotta take a bath. He's like horrified. He's disgusted by it.
Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do.
I have to do it. Not like, oh, that was so great, I loved it. I have to do it.
You know what I'm saying? Oh. It's like 150 hugs.
He's got to take those 150 hugs. Now, that's when she asked, like, 50 Cent, why'd you include this?
Like, I need to wash. Like, I'm dirt. It should show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah. I mean, what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like, that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
I think he does that a lot, surprisingly. I think he just lives his life with cameras. He was filming his most intimate moments, allegedly, with these freak-offs, right? Revealing his true self and the most, aggressive side of himself. He didn't care.
I respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform.
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, right, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester, like maybe you'll come play with me type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important.
And she chimes in too, but I want to, before we hear her pop, he said, what a feud. I put 2 of his kids in my scripted TV shows. I just didn't like, he said, Fruity S to me. And he said, Fruity S to me. I don't like that, LOL. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that's part of it. He just said it, I think, very clearly. Look, he was testing me. Are you in? Are you into play? Are you going to play along with me? Can I have some fun with you? I do think clearly was it. Can you be my Paul?
Someone whose reach went far beyond music. He shaped fashion, branding, culture, media, every lane he touched, shifted the industry in some way. When he stepped in a room, everybody paid attention. When he approved a project, people's careers took off. So when he attached his name to this documentary, he wanted people to know he wasn't backing down. He was breaking the silence around individuals who use influence to protect themselves while everyone else stays quiet. Whether the public agrees with him or not, his involvement shifted the entire conversation and made the documentary as choosing the wrong side.
Everything he does is to benefit himself, but in the most narcissistic, dangerous type of way. And he's getting caught doing more and more stuff that's keeping his time longer and longer in prison, stuff he said he wouldn't do. But that's what this man's always done, is lied. Oh, Cassie's a liar. Cassie's a liar. She's ruining my reputation. And then the footage comes out. Oh, I'm deeply, blah, 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 blah. I'm so sick of this guy. The fact that he thought it was wise to be filming himself, literally, after the raid. That just shows this guy really considered he was too big to fail. And that's a motto I've learned in this industry. No one is too big to fail. No one. Everyone who's ever fallen, think about it. Everybody has fallen. They get back up, or sometimes don't fall as far down, but nobody is too big to fall. And that's a lesson Sean, I don't think, still has learned.
50 series ignores the bigger picture and destroys a man's reputation without giving him a real chance to respond. Diddy's team argues that the public is only hearing one side of the story, but the reaction online has been overwhelming. Some viewers were stunned by the recordings, watching them with their jaws on the floor. Others said the footage simply confirmed suspicions they've had for years. Some people claim the documentary pushed things too far, while others insist it didn't go far enough and barely scratched the surface. Social media has turned into a non-stop debate zone, with people arguing about accountability, privacy, and the power that comes with fame. The biggest question running through every comment section is simple. Does this documentary tell the truth or just one version of it? And that question alone shows how far the narrative has shifted. The world isn't looking at Diddy as just a music mogul anymore. They're seeing a man whose story is now being shaped by others, and that's something he cannot stand. This tension between Diddy and 50 Cent goes way beyond celebrity drama. It has become a cultural moment. A moment where private influence crashes into public exposure, and nothing about it feels small. It's two strong personalities with a long, complicated history, now locked together through a documentary. Neither one can escape. No matter what happens next, their names are tied to this collision. For Diddy, this documentary feels like an attack on who he is at the core, a threat to his identity, his empire, and everything he built. He believes it was designed to tear him down piece by piece, and in his eyes, 50 Cent is the one pulling the strings. For 50 Cent, this whole situation is about speaking up, celebrity accountability, privacy, influence, and the type of pressure people face when they're inside powerful circles. Roll it back. This is a moment that could change how he's viewed forever. As the documentary keeps trending, as reactions spread,